Hi, this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station, and I just want to welcome you to part two. I realized when I was making part one that, again, my phone has limited space, and that's what I'm using right now to make my video. So there is a new phone in my future, I hope sometime soon. Anyway, I took that video and put it on the computer, erased it, and now I can start over again. So this will be part two, and thank you for your patience. There's also a new laptop somewhere in my future as well. So anyway, I was talking about being a three-part being, and the third part is our body. And I believe the Lord has shown us so many things about the spirit realm, and He's really taken us deeper and deeper in those areas. And I go there, and I've talked about certain things where we can go deeper and learn some new things. And then we've talked about the soul, which is where we pretty much live our life in general when we're living here, on the earth. And we do things out of our soul sometimes instead of our spirit, and sometimes that can get us into trouble, and we can be led astray, or we can just make a decision that wasn't, it can be something simple like answering someone sharply, or typing out something really quick and forgetting to erase it before we hit post anyway. But what I believe God is showing me right now, and other people, it's funny because I'll go through something and I'll learn about it, and I'll check and look, and there's other people God's teaching about the same area and the same subject matter or whatever. So I find that all the time. I find that happening all the time. And right now I have several friends who have been on health journeys, and they have shared some of those things with me, and they share with other people. We're Facebook friends, and we're personal friends here in the Gettysburg area. But anyway, I do have a friend, Donna. She is helping a little bit with, she's basically an expert, and she has sent me some things about the heart, and I have yet to look at that, and that's on my list of things to do very quickly. And I have another friend, Johnny B., who talks about health, and his friend, Linda D., who talks about health. So now I'm Linda C., going to talk a little bit about health and food. I've been watching two people in particular, their YouTube channels. One is Dr. John Bergman. He is a chiropractor, and he also teaches an anatomy. And if you ask him about, I think, any part of the body, he's going to tell you what it is, what its function is, how we're messing it up, and what to do to correct it. So I've been watching him concerning the issue I've had with blood pressure. And like I said previously, I've had blood pressure issues. It runs high. Mine runs high for 38 years, and I've most of that time been on the lowest dose of Tenormin or Atenolol. It's a beta blocker to keep your blood down in the range it's supposed to be, 120/80. And I'm finding out that, wow, we all have our own blood pressures. Our blood pressure sets as we need it, and as you get older, your blood pressure will go up because it takes more I don't know how to describe oomph or energy for your blood to get shoved through your veins. And sometimes your blood pressure has to go up to get your blood to all the places in your body, like the bottom of your feet, your hands, that it needs to go to. So your heart is busy, and we want to keep our heart healthy. So that's some things I'm looking into. And one of the other person I was listening to was Dr. Peter Glidden. And he is connected to, and he talks about the nutritional supplement program that I just joined. So I've joined a nutritional supplement program, and my husband and I have just started like a week and a half on these supplements, and I'll let you know how that's going. But right now, the main thing we're looking at is to get ourselves off of our medications. My husband's on diabetic medication, and I did take myself off of the blood pressure meds, and I check my blood pressure every day. It does still run high. It ran high on the medication. So I'm being wise, I believe, and doing the things that I'm reading about and learning about. And one of those things is, of course, changing your diet. You knew I was going to say that, right? Change your diet. We're eating junk. There's junk in our food. There's fluoride in our water. There's fluoride in our toothpaste. That is a chemical poison, and they're putting it in our toothpaste, so we swallow it. They're putting it in our drinking water, so we drink it. Of course, yes, there's an agenda behind this. I'm not going to get into that. But changing some things, just a few things. And I'm going to talk about that until my space runs out on my phone again. And if I need to make part 3, I'll make part 3. So anyway, I just wanted to share a few things with you that changes I've made, not only the supplements, and those things are expensive. And I am trying to budget well with our income and put these in our budget so that we can go ahead and get these nutrients, mostly minerals. Minerals are not in our soil anymore. The soil's been used up. They put crop after crop on the same plot of ground, and bless the hearts, the farmers. I just love our farmers. We're surrounded by fields, and one thing that we decided to do when we moved here was not drink the water from our well. I mean, well water is supposed to be good, right? Well, there's a field probably 10 feet, 12 feet from our well. So I've watched them spray the field. Last year it was corn. It's beautiful. This year it was soybeans. They're beautiful plants. I just love to be surrounded by the crops, especially the corn. Here in Pennsylvania, the corn fields are just gorgeous. But the pesticides are crazy, and the fertilizers are crazy. And yes, they use cow manure here. We know when they're doing that, you know. But anyway, we get filtered water, and we drink that. Now, of course, we take our shower in the well water and whatnot, but we drink filtered water and we cook with that. And that's an expense that we've made, our decision that we have to get. Some of the other changes we've made, other than the supplements, and if you want to hear about those, I'll be glad to tell you. You can look up Dr. Peter Glidden, and he talks about the company that I've joined. Anyway, good fats, bad fats, there's all kinds of information. I'm just going to show you a little teeny bit of what the changes we're making, because we can only make a little change at a time, because it is a financial burden. To get healthy is going to be a financial burden. Just get ready. That's what it is. So I try to buy organic when I can. There is a list, and you can look it up, the 10 Dirty Dozen list on the produce, the 10 that are most full of pesticides. And then there's 15 other vegetables and fruits that you can go ahead and buy that are not organic, that are not as laden with the pesticides. They're okay for now to go ahead and get. So I went to the store today and tried to do my best to get some things that were better for us, and that's what we're doing. So I'll just show you a couple things. Okay, we like popcorn. So we know good old Orville makes popcorn, and I have another brand, Jolly Time. So on the popcorn, I use a hot air popper, and butter. We put real butter. Now, of course, if you get butter from grass-fed cows and it's been raw, that's the best. I love raw milk as well. That's going to be on the next on my list when I get a little extra in my pocket. I'm going to be going after my raw milk that I love. But anyway, and we can buy that here in Pennsylvania. I know you can't in other states. Like, it's illegal to sell raw milk. Does that make any sense? Oh boy. Anyway, the popcorn is verified non-GMO. So you want to get that for corn. You don't want to eat the corn that doesn't say non-GMO, because there's a whole issue about the corn and the pesticides. Glyphosate is on things. You just don't want to have that in your system, and it's destroying our organs. It's destroying our bodies. And if you go over to, especially the two doctors that I mentioned, Dr. Bergman and Dr. Glidden, they both come at it from a different slant, but they both say basically the same thing, and they'll teach you about the foods that we eat. Now, the number one on the Dirty Dozen list, and I hate to say this because I live in apple country. There's so many apple orchards here. They're beautiful. I love them, but apple's number one. So either wash your apples or peel your apples if you can't get organic. And I hardly ever can get organic, but I was at the store today, and our local store, Giant, in Pennsylvania, had a sales bin, and they had the organic apples, and I got this bag for $2.46. And the regular organic ones were like $6 for a little bag of apples. So I was happy to find that. I walked around till I saw that sale thing. Celery was on sale. Celery is something good for me to eat because I'm working on my circulatory system. A good fat you want to get, coconut oil, you want to make sure it's organic, cold pressed, and unrefined. And you can cook with that. I've used this for years on my face. I'm not saying it's done a good job, but I'm 62 and I don't think I look too old. Anyway, I might cut that part out. But coconut oil I've used it for years and years as my only moisturizer because I want that to go in my skin. If you're using products that have things that just are bad for you, I learned that you put something on your skin, in 20 seconds, it's in your system. It'll go in your blood system. So if it's not good for you, especially, oh my gosh, don't even talk about sunscreens. That's another whole issue. We're going off sugar. Of course, sugar is a poison. We don't want sugar, so whenever we sweeten something, we use stevia. This is Trader Joe's. You can also get Sweet Leaf. It comes liquid in drops. We buy that. Today, also you want to check, and if you can, buy something in a glass jar instead of plastic, because even the jars that say BPA free, the new plastic they're using to substitute the BPA is bad for you. Go figure, of course. So now this is not organic. It doesn't say no pesticides or anything, but it's, you know, it's tomatoes and chilies and it's salsa, and I like the peach mango salsa. Actually, this is from Hers, which is a local company for us. Hers potato chips makes it. Just some different things. Also, the GMO corn is huge. So our other local company, Utz, made the blue chips. Yes, they're a little more expensive. They are. Or you get less in the bag. This bag is 9 ounces, but it's verified GMO free. And, you know, if you want a snack, what are you going to have? It's you know, it's getting harder to find a snack. I believe I found this bag at the grocery outlet, I think, and it's also verified GMO free, but that's a store that I guess